told her, you won't love me when the feeling's all gone. And I tell everyone, then the look on your face will slowly.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Commish show. Week 11?
Yeah.
Week 11, yeah. Playoffs are getting tighter. It's
Very
getting
tight, yeah.
very interesting.
Very.
We're going to get right into the games. We're going to start with a very uninteresting game because it really had no playoff implications at all. But Armand did beat Mannion.
Handily.
Yeah, 22.
Sure.
And Armand's team is rolling.
Armand's team's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot.
It's real hot.
I mean, when you have arguably, 3 of the top 10 wideouts, you're gonna be hot.
Yeah.
Especially at this point in the season.
Yeah, definitely. I think Armand's team, it's really going to boil down to Big Ben.
Sure, I agree.
I think Big Ben, and then if Ingram can keep just killing the game, him and Kamara, as you know.
Yeah. We are. Me and him are fully aware of what New Orleans has.
Oh, yeah.
But he has Doug Martin, 6.4 points. Not really much to say. But Pirine, right? Pirine on his bench.
Yeah.
Coming alive in Washington, with the injury to Chris Thompson. You're going to see what Pirine has to offer.
See if he can keep it up. He's a rookie.
Yeah. A rookie, but
He's had this opportunity earlier in the season. He did not at all perform as well as he should have.
sure. Fair to say.
We'll see if he can keep doing it.
He's got Hyde, though, too.
Yeah.
Everybody's back in San Fran. Carlos Hyde kind of thing.
Yeah. Picked up Rodgers, which is interesting.
Yeah, not
Because
really sure.
Rodgers isn't even eligible to come back until week 15.
Yeah, but with how Green Bay's playing,
Bold statements.
are you going to play him in Week 15 or even 16? No, unless you have
If
a
you're
wild
Green
card.
Bay or if you're Armand. Either?
Either.
I'd say no.
Okay.
Guy's a broken collarbone on his throwing shoulder.
Throwing shoulder. Okay, I didn't
That's
know
a
that.
big thing. I'm
fair.
pretty sure it's his throwing shoulder.
Okay. Yeah, that's enough. That's
Yeah.
enough for me to not play him.
Yeah,
I'd rather take Big Ben with AB.
definitely.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. And then we have
How about
Mannion.
Mannion?
Yeah, we have Mannion's team. Kind of on.
He's struggling definitely at quarterback. That's that ever since Rodgers got hurt, he's had that problem.
Sure.
But Rashad Matthews and Marvin Jones on his bench with 18.5 and 22.3.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that he would have maybe pulled the win out, but
No, it definitely would have been a lot closer.
definitely closer. Blake Bortles as a quarterback, Mannion,
It's tough.
it's not the way to go. It's not the way to
But
go.
then you look at waivers, there's no one there because you have teams like Armand with 3 quarterbacks on it.
Sure, but I mean, if CJ Berthard is the only quarterback on waivers, you're better off taking him over Bortles. No?
You're not wrong. It could go. Bortles played well last week.
Who do you play, though?
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's a
Matchup
matchup.
dependent.
Matchup, yeah, absolutely.
You would think, though, against Cleveland, he'd do better than 154 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, that became a defensive battle early, and I'm not really not quite sure why. I mean, I didn't watch the game, but he threw a pick, and I mean that's been, and it's not out of the ordinary for Blake Bortles, but bad decisions from Blake Bortles is something that's been common.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Move on to the next one. A real close one came down to the Sunday night game.
Oof,
They were exactly tied going in, and they both had tight ends.
Number 1, right? Number 1 against Zach Ertz, obviously the number 1 tight end in
Yeah, Ertz against Witten.
Yeah.
And they combined for 3 catches.
Right.
For how much
15
is that?
yards.
15 yards, yeah.
Yeah.
How about that?
Kind of unbelievable.
And I think at the end of the game, Ertz had a fumble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He had something.
Or it was on a 2-point conversion or something, didn't count.
It didn't count, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the big thing here for Frank. Zach Ertz -1. I mean,
Yeah.
wanted to given him the win, but given him the win, but 0.1. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that would have been even a tougher
Yeah,
pill to swallow.
definitely.
But
But you look at Frank, his defense carried him this game. Quarterback and tight end are going to be what holds Frank back if anything does.
well, Goff without a touchdown
Yeah.
hurts
tough.
him,
Definitely.
right? We can always talk about Hunter Henry compared to Jason Witten. Honestly, I probably would have played Jason Witten as well.
Yeah, I mean, dude.
Just based on the name. The name.
Yeah, and that game, it's a divisional matchup. It's going to be a shootout.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But they got blown out instead.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to later in the episode because of somebody else in the league. But yeah, just a tough loss for Frank. I'm not really.
He's not out of it yet.
No, I'm definitely not out of it, as we know. But Joe Mixon still getting a starting spot on the team. I've talked to Frank. I'm not really sure why he's still starting Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
Definitely. He's better than that, is what I said to him earlier in the week.
Yeah.
He's better than a 1.1 loss to Logan.
Yeah. Although Logan, his team's not doing terrible. I think he does have the least points against or something in the last 3 weeks. He was telling me something weird like that. But
well, I mean, look at the league or look at his team. He started 2 tight ends.
yeah, you're not. That's not a bad play though. Orton Davis.
I mean,
Who else is he going to start though? His Robbie Anderson, who usually plays in the flex, is hurt.
Yeah. I mean,
Paul Richardson. I mean, that dude's a coin flip.
Speaking from our positions here, are you going to play a tight end in Vernon Davis, or are you going to play a running back?
I would have played Davis.
Yeah, all right.
That might just be me. I think they're playing they were playing New Orleans. That's good. That's going to be a shootout.
He's got Cooper Kupp too, as well, which I didn't know.
That's a tough play.
Tough play.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
Kudos to Logan.
Yeah.
Kudos to Logan.
Yeah, good win, Logan.
Good win.
Move on to the next one. We have Andrew against Auto Draft Mike. Andrew with the highest points in a game this season.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And his kicker had 0.
Goose egg. Goose egg.
So man down, he had the highest point total of the year so far, which is unbelievable. And it came out of nowhere, really.
Absolutely. I mean,
he's been very under the radar this year, Andrew. Mm-hmm. But he pulled himself back. I think he was 2-6, and now he's 5-6.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that, but I think that might have been a thing.
It's in the area. I mean, to be honest, AP putting up 4.9, we'll round it up to the 5. A little tough, but I mean, when you have Keenan Allen, your defense, and then Kenny Stills combined for 98 points.
Yeah.
I mean, you're beating what? What did we say? 3 out of the
a quarter of the league. I think it was
quarter of the league. I mean, it's a good week. Not even including, what most people say, the GOAT and Tom Brady.
Yeah. And Riddick in the flex. I mean, if you're playing someone they have Riddick in the flex, you're probably pretty happy about that, thinking you're going to run away with this victory.
Yeah, sure.
And then he puts up the most anyone this year. And if he would have put Doxson in, which probably would have been the smarter play, to be honest, it would have been even more. Mm-hmm. Good week by Andrew. Auto Draft Mike, a solid game. He would have beat most teams. Like I said, you always want to hit that 105 mark. If you hit that every week, you'll most likely make playoffs.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
double digits
he's got a
by
pretty good,
everybody but James White.
And the kicker and defense, but that goes out saying he had a bunch of buys, so auto draft 24 from his defense. I would have started the Chargers defense. That's just me. I was looking to stream them.
I mean, Chargers against Buffalo or the Chiefs against the struggling Giants.
Buffalo had a rookie quarterback going.
Yeah, I mean, Peterman was
it was a joke.
Was the defensive player of the week, but besides that being said, Chiefs against the Giants. I mean, yes, it was in New Jersey, but at the same time, it's the Chiefs, obviously minus my boy Eric Berry. But for the most part, I don't know. It would have been a coin toss.
I would
have
have went Chargers.
That's fair to say.
Move on to the next one. Rick, is this his third win of the year? Third? Third win over Sean. Sean, in the last 2 weeks, his defense have combined for negative 12 points, and he's had 3 players in the negatives. Dak Prescott getting negative 1.2 today.
When it comes to the defense, I mean, it's got to come to matchup, no?
Yes.
I mean, he's playing, I'm pretty sure, who else does he have? He has what defense did he have last week?
He had the Bills, who played the Saints defense that he played this week. And
Which I remember Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara both going, for plus 15 at least against them. But he plays the Saints defense against Washington. I'm a huge believer in Kirk Cousins, as you know.
I'm a big fan of him as well.
Right. You got to love a guy who screams at the camera. You like that.
Of course.
So,
great video.
yeah. So it's got to be a shootout with him and Drew Brees. Not really sure why you're starting the Saints defense, personal opinion. But Dak Prescott, I mean, we have our personal opinions about Dallas, especially right. Hate him.
Offensive line, I respect him.
Got it.
No one else talks about
You
him.
have
It's
to.
unbelievable.
The talent on that offensive line is unbelievable. And Dak Prescott at negative 1.2.
It's tough.
It shows if Tyron Smith's not in, you have the blind side wide open. Not wide open, but you have, you don't have an all-pro guy there.
No Tyron Smith last week. I think they gave up like 6 sacks, something crazy. But
They did. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You look at Rick's team. Is Larry Fitzgerald ever going to get old?
No.
That's my question.
No, he actually signed a 1-year extension, so he'll be back next year.
It's unbelievable, this guy.
Looking to draft him, actually. If he's going to put up numbers like this, 9 receptions, 91 yards, and a touchdown, I mean, you might as well. You might as well draft him.
Yeah. But Rick's team's looking pretty good. How about the kicker on his bench having 20 points?
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Because Gostkowski, we all know, is automatic.
Automatic.
Like Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Much like Tom Brady is automatic.
On a high-scoring team.
Right. You got to put him in.
I don't know.
It doesn't hurt him this week. Obviously, getting 20 in the win.
Definitely.
20 on the bench in the win. But, maybe he could sneak in. With how the West is in the divisions, you never know.
He's got to win out. He's got to win out, go 7-6, and he'll have a shot.
He puts 9 more points at his kicker position. That could make the difference somewhere down the road.
Yeah, you never know.
Tariq Cohen at the flex instead of Randall Cobb without Aaron Rodgers.
Well, we switched games, but that was my bad.
That's all right.
We'll go back. You have Marquise Lee over there.
Marquise Lee, 9.5.
That's still more.
Cohen,
Okay.
almost 16. It's shot in the dark.
We'll see if Rick can do it. You never know.
Shot in the dark with the Expendables.
Go to the next one. Alton beating up Tim Barry pretty good. Jimmy Graham, to be fair, should have had 3 touchdowns last night. It would have made this very close.
Sure. And this is the matchup where Jimmy Graham, Evan Ingram, right? 2 tight ends at the flex and the tight end spot. Agreeable. Because of
definitely. Although Amendola had a day.
Amendola, he's hit and miss. You never know when he's going to get a concussion.
I feel like that's anyone on the Patriots, though. Anyone on the Patriots on any given day can just go off.
Besides Cook.
Cook's went off.
Yeah, well, Cook's always is good for one deep one down the field.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Cook's, he's given. Alex Smith, though. I was talking to Alton about this when he traded Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
I like Cousins a lot more than Smith.
I agree. Yeah, 100%.
As good as Smith started out this year, Kirk is just, solid.
Smith is more of a game manager.
Yeah.
Right? He's not going to make the
Don't turn the ball over.
Basically, yeah. I mean, he throws 2 picks against the Giants, both to Jack Rabbit, right? Who stepped up his game after the last game against the 49ers.
Yeah, about time. That was
ugly. As the Giant fans here.
Yeah.
But Alex Smith, game manager, Kirk Cousins, he's looking to make plays and carry his team in a sense.
Yeah.
After getting
like that.
Yeah, you gotta like it. You gotta like him. But yeah, good win by your only a fill-in. Not gonna mention any names, but Cobb at the flex. Think he could have played almost anybody. I think he's given up on Marshawn Lynch as much as much of us have. But other than that, Prater and Bryant equaled out, and he got a good win, moving him to I believe 6-5, right? 5-6, 6-5. Something along those lines.
6-5, yeah, because he was 5-5 going in. Good win. They were both 5-5 actually.
Okay, beautiful. I mean, it's a good matchup. Tim Barry just, I don't really know. He's looking more from Evan Ingram, but against a tough KC defense.
Yeah, I mean, you got to throw to someone though. Got to throw to someone. No Shepard that game. Obviously, no Odell, no Brandon Marshall.
Tavares King had a good game.
Roger Lewis had a good game.
That too.
What are you going to do? We'll go to the next one. Probably, besides besides Logan and Frank, the most exciting game. Started out very dull with Antonio Brown going off for 42.4 on Thursday.
You call that dull?
Well, it's dull for you, as in you thought you were going to lose.
Yeah.
It got exciting because I was down 20 going into Monday night.
Yeah,
And then Russell Wilson had a day, 86 rushing yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, tough pill to swallow. On Thursday night, I was talking to a couple of guys in the league, and I gave up all hope and faith.
Yeah.
42 points from one guy. You kind of just got to swallow that pill.
That's a day.
Yeah, you got to swallow the pill and move on. Yeah, I mean, I went to bed. I went to sleep waking, with 5-point lead, hoping that maybe it would cause more of a shootout. Maybe Matt Ryan would throw another touchdown. If it happened to go to Mohamed Sanu, I'd be even happier, obviously. But yeah, Russell Wilson putting the backpack on and carrying the Saints
all year with no offensive line, literally no one.
No offensive line. He still lost, but he put up 258 with 3 total touchdowns.
He had 86 rushing yards.
Yeah, you got to be happy with that. I mean, I can't be upset with losing. Obviously the Expendables, influenced by Alton. You can't.
Undependables. Expendables is Rick.
Right, same thing. It was a good game. Thanks to Sean, I have White Boy Gone Wild and Adam Thielen.
Yeah, he's been playing well these last few weeks.
65-yard touchdown pass. And it was
on a screen.
Yeah, something short, and he outruns a couple guys in the secondary. It was a good game. I mean, if that's what the playoffs, playoff game, lose by 15 to somebody with the stacked lineup.
Yeah, definitely.
We got a couple guys in the East that have heavy lineups that we'll take on.
Yeah, and the East is coming back.
Well, the East is stacked with 2 9-2 teams.
Well, yeah.
So,
but I mean, for a few weeks we were hearing, all you guys have is the 2 teams, blah blah blah. It's like the NBA. But I mean, you look at the standings, and I think I did the math, and win to loss.
Yeah.
The East has like 5 or 6 more wins.
Yeah, the East is beating up on the West. It's
especially with everyone coming back.
Yeah.
Logan's 3 winning streak. Yeah. Andrew 3 winning streak.
Right.
Rick 2 game winning streak.
Yeah, Rick with
I'm on a 5 game winning streak.
Yeah, well, with your lineup, that's not much to say, but
hold on.
With Kobe,
if you look at it, everyone in the East is on a winning streak. Everyone on the West is on a losing streak.
All right. Well,
with Frank and Autodraft and Mannion on 4-game losing streaks, and Sean and Tim Barry on 3-game losing streaks.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest.
I'd never noticed that until I just looked. That's unbelievable.
A few weeks ago, let's be fair, I'm sitting at, I think it was 2-5 or 2-4. I didn't think there was a shot of me getting, the 8 seed, and then all of a sudden, everybody in the West decides to start choking just on it.
Tanked.
Yeah, slapping themselves in the forehead.
Like Frank was 5-2.
5-2.
So was Autodraft.
Sean was up there. I'm pretty sure Sean was up there as well.
Sean was 6-2.
Right. I mean, it's an absolute
choke fest.
Choke fest in the West.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. Kudos to you and Armand in the East.
Thank you.
Logan, I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I think it's more of just luck. With edging people out. But you and Armand, I mean, I don't want to say it now, but I mean,
earlier in the year, Armand was 4-1. You said he should have been 1-4.
He should have, based on the points for, points against.
Oh yeah, if you look at points for, Armand is not up there. I'm first, Frank's second.
Right.
Armand's low. You have more than Armand.
Right. Yeah.
Autodraft has more than Armand.
Armand's stacked lineup has kind of been a little light with Julio Jones getting double teamed all over the field, as we know.
Mike Evans is not doing much this year. Last year was a touchdown machine.
Well, with Winston, as I like to call him something else, as we all know.
Yeah.
With him being out, he's not. I shouldn't say he's not getting the looks. But with Fitzpatrick, he's still getting the looks. But I don't know. I think it might be the way that they're covering. Mike Evans, but
it could be.
You never know. I mean, with you two standing at 9-2, and everybody else, really me, Logan, and Sean as the only teams over 500. I mean, it's gonna be a tight race into the playoffs. I'll take the number 2 seed.
The last 6 spots are wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Wide open. I mean,
Absolutely.
everyone's 6-5 or 5-6.
Absolutely.
Oh, Rick's 3-8. I don't think that's gonna do it. 6-8's not making the playoffs. Sorry, Rick. I was a little bit more optimistic. For some reason, I thought you were like 3-6.
I mean, I play Armand this week.
You play Armand?
I do play Armand this week, and then the week following I play Logan. So I'm not going to say that it has heavy playoff play
implications.
In it. The implications, thank you. But it's definitely something that could at some point play into an Alton getting into the playoffs, or Toby getting into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Somebody like that. If Rick wins out and he beats Auto Draft Mike this week and whoever,
I think it's way 8 losses. You got to think there's going to be 4 teams that are not going to make it.
Sure.
Do you think there's going to be 3 other teams that have 8 or more losses?
I mean, I love Frank, right? But his team's ice cold.
Next week he's got a big game against Andrew, and then another big game is Alton and Sean. And those are the key matchups next week. Everyone else is like, I guess, 2 kind of... a team that's either already in or already out playing a team that's fighting.
Sure.
But those 2 games are 2 teams that are fighting.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm pulling for Sean to beat Alton, obviously. I mean, I'd be very happy to see Alton go down another game. The Mick, my boy, Auto Draft Mike, obviously. Nobody else knows him but me.
We'd love to see him once again. I got to plug that this episode. I haven't said it yet.
I'd love to see him get the win over Rick.
I'd love to just see him. That's just me.
I would really like to see everybody from my division get a win, and it would be good for me.
I wonder. You know what?
Not only.
Yeah, I think the entire West is playing the entire East. If that's the case, I hope the East wins all of them. Let's go, boys.
I mean, that's
keep the winning streaks going. No offense, but
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like that's pretty cool to see.
Absolutely
domination from the East.
Absolutely, but I think you'll only see it from 2 teams. I mean, I'm fingers crossed against me and Armand, but
that'll be a good game this week.
It'll be a good game, just
Definitely
like yours and mine last week. But when it comes to Mannion and Logan's sending out some questionable trades per the usual.
Mannion's team can't produce like.
Chris Thompson's out now.
Yeah, but
his horse is gone.
But still, he did pick up Kirk Cousins, which he traded Tyrod Taylor, which looked like a good idea.
Well, if you're sitting,
but then he got benched.
Right.
But then if Tyrod comes back, I mean,
he's got to come back.
He's putting up numbers.
He's got to come back. I mean, there's no way you're not going to play Tyrod this week.
Yeah.
After especially
he came back and he had
a day,
rushing touchdown and passing touchdown
for a half. He had a good day. Yeah, you got to be happy with that. Who picked up Tyrod? Was that Alton?
That was the trade.
Okay,
Tyrod for Kirk.
I'm not sure. I mean, if you want to see what the Kansas City lineup is, if you're gonna play Alex Smith or Tyrod Taylor this week,
that's an interesting one.
You got Kirk Cousins against the Giants, which is, the Giants' defense isn't really to sleep on.
It's not.
And then you got Smith against Buffalo. I mean,
they're playing each other.
Yeah. What are you taking there?
Yeah, I think you got to go Alex Smith on that one.
Game manager over game changer.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really go against the Giants, but KC's defense held them to nothing.
Yeah.
But also there was a stupid trick play that went for an interception. There was missed field goals. So I guess you can't really go by that. I don't know.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough decision on
Tyrod's
you're only a
projected
fill-in.
0.1. So I guess.
Yeah.
Did I miss something, or they're going back to Peterman?
You can't start Peterman after this week.
No way.
even if you
He had 5 interceptions and a half.
right, if you never
That should be, you don't even deserve a job. I don't care if you're a rookie. You should be.
well, he's still making 6 figures. But if you've
I
never
could go out there and probably throw less than 5 picks.
yeah, or 5 picks.
Or 5. Yeah, I could match that.
Get paid for a game. If you're Tyrod Taylor, you're coming out. I mean, they're going to start him. Let's be honest.
You got to.
You got to start Tyrod Taylor
Because, what are they, 6-6?
they're in the wild card race.
6-5? They might be 6-6. No, it's only week 12. 5-6, I think they are.
Whatever, they're in
I
the
don't know
wild
what it
card.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're a game up on a couple people, but either way, Tyrod Taylor's got to be the starter on Sunday, right? Yeah, Sunday.
Sunday.
And you got to take Tyrod. I think, given the offense, I'm taking Tyrod over Alex Smith just based on the fact that Tyrod's a bit more of a game changer than Alex Smith.
That's bold. I'm saying Smith. And I think this is, just looking at the matchup, it's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, I mean,
you got McCoy against KC.
Tough.
Which you'll think he'll get slowed down a little bit.
It's tough, yeah. Fournette.
Against Arizona.
Tough. Another tough one.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 of Sean's, most reliable players.
Jordan Howard against Philly. That's basically Howard, unless he gets some kind of goal line carry, you would think. Duke Johnson against Cincy. That's a good one. Cooks against
too.
Miami.
Cooks
Hopkins against Baltimore. I think matchup-wise, just for player matchups, Alton has the upper hand.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, Sean doesn't really have a lot of guys that are guaranteed double digits.
He has Josh Gordon on his team.
I'm not really sure why that would even be, invested in a pickup.
Did he get reinstated?
Supposedly, but I mean, you got Corey Coleman, right? Corey Coleman there.
Yeah.
Very question.
I don't think guy hasn't played in like 2.5, 3 years.
He went to Baylor anyway. I mean, they were good like 4 years ago.
To be fair, when he did play and wasn't suspended, which he probably played 10% of the time, he was suspended the rest of his career.
Yeah.
He balled out.
Sure, but
in Cleveland, which is a really tough place to do well.
Right. And you're playing against
But to
Cincy.
think he's going to come back 2 years later and still continue to do that, risky.
Against a good Cincy defense. And I mean...
No, he's also... I don't think he's playing yet. I don't even know if he's reinstated. I don't even know if he's practicing.
He's reinstated. I don't know if he's playing yet. But I mean, look at the rest of Sean's lineup. We have McCoy, Fournette, guaranteed double digits. You got to think. Prescott, so reliable on the offensive line. Des Bryant, incredibly, with Prescott there as the offensive line.
He's not really a threat anymore. I feel like with Romo, he was more of a threat. They don't let Dak do things that they let Tony do. Just kind of let him do his own thing.
Is Dak in the same area as Alex Smith in a game manager?
100%.
Really?
100%.
Okay.
I think Alex Smith is definitely a little bit better at it.
Oh, that's without saying. He's made a career out of it.
Yeah.
So Pickle Rick, Shawnee Shaquera, he's got Devontae Adams as well, without Aaron Rodgers and with Brett Hundley instead.
He had 126 yards and a touchdown last week.
Okay.
Whether he's going to do that again, I doubt it. Highly doubt it.
Okay.
But, we'll see.
We'll certainly see.
It's going to be a good week coming up. We're going to do another episode in a little bit. We're going to do the power rankings. But for now, we'll catch you boys later.